Can this smart safe really unlock with just your palm, even in the dark? This is a simple and fast review of the XEGIS safe, AI palm vein safe. We're going to open it up, show you what it looks like, test it out, and of course let you know whether or not it's worth buying.
All right, so as we get this box open, you'll find instruction manual, as well as some parts and pieces that come with it. Let me open this on the side here because there is a QR code that I need to kind of hide. All right, so you'll see some mounting tools, USB-C, USB-A to USB-C charging cable, or some screws for mounting, I should say. Looks like some quick guides. On kind of the other side of this thing, we have literally the quick guide. Open the gun case, turn on the power, create a password, reset your password, register a palm vein. We'll go through all that stuff. This is the actual device. Note it's kind of light. Be aware of that. Comes kind of shrink wrapped. We'll get rid of all this. Underneath this comes a cable, which I think is the idea, because it's so light, to lock it down to stuff. Though pretty sure you can find a workaround for that, but it's a nice option to have. You also have some keys that will allow you to literally just kind of pop this sucker open in the first place. And there we go. There is some kind of egg crate type of padding in here, which is really nice. USB-C charging spot is on the left-hand side here. I don't know. This, I'm hoping this is a very strong lock. It looks like it's something that could be cranked open, but we'll test it out a little bit and kind of get a feel for it. You worry about people putting a screwdriver in there if it's a kid trying to figure stuff out. Looks like it's doing a decent job of keeping that from happening with a knife. So that's a little bit solid. There's a left-handed turn. Does spring open, which is kind of what you want in an action moment. So let's, obviously we're going to have to get this charged up a little bit because there's no button action right now. So we'll have to, oh, nope, there is a button on the inside, right over to the bottom right. That is a power button. Comes with a little bit of rubber on it, I guess, to try and provide some safety for your weapon or anything. It's telling me the humidity, the temperature, all that stuff in standby mode. OK is going to scan. And I'm not sure if that gave us the right measurement or not, but so we'll figure out how to set it real quick by reading our instructions. All right, so instruction manual says the default password is 123456. So, and then it pops right open. All right, so I figured it out. Once you've unlocked it, what you're actually going to want to do is unlock it again, essentially using that same code, and then holding this down. And it should go into a setting mode, at which point you're going to reset and hit it, and then do it again. And you should now have a new passcode. So let's test that out. And there we go. So that's how you change your password. As far as setting the vein, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use our password. And then we're going to hold 2 for 3 seconds, looking for that scanning setting. And then we're going to hold this over for a couple seconds, and hopefully we've done what is needed. I'll double check that again. And I believe we set it with that. So we're going to go ahead and test it out in a second. It's scanning. I'm going to let it stop. And there we go. Now we've got it. So it's set. Again, it's on the scanning mode. I don't know if you can actually see these numbers or not, but it's saying standby right now, 29%, 84%, 84 degrees. But there's a standby and a setting button, and that's what we're, and scanning. That's what we're looking for. When I want it on standby, see, that's the key. It's not going to actually work with my other hand, so, but it pops on the right hand. So hands are going to be different. So this should keep your kids from being able to get into it. Now there's some other settings that we want to talk about. So we're going to go ahead and do this same password. And we're going to hold number 4 down. And that should have put us in silent mode. Because the last thing you want, God forbid there's an intruder in your house, you're trying to be quiet, is to have them hear and you click, 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 click. So now we are in silent mode. And now it's opening. But the point being is, once we're in standby, we're in quiet mode. Now granted, this is a lot easier. Just simply popping that sucker like that, or a key, but that's the point. So the final thing that I'm going to show is I'm going to show it in the dark, and I got to find a way, if there's a way to turn off this light, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to kind of, I mean, obviously you'll see it and it'll scan your hand, but if you're keeping this in your room, you're going to have to keep it in a drawer or something like that. That light might keep some people up. So I want to show you real quick. First of all, I'm going to try and put that back onto the power button. But I also want to show that there's holes in here for mounting this on, like screwing it into, again, and they're not the biggest screws. I would probably find a longer screw. That way it's definitely not going to move. Short screws come out, can get kicked out, stuff like that. But that's something to consider. You have some mounting screws, and then if needed on the back here, you'll be able to kind of put in this, and this will screw off, and you'll just insert this in through that hole. And then on the other side of that, you'll just screw this in, and then you can just tie this to a leg of a table or whatever surface that you're trying to utilize. And it's just kind of like an anti-theft rope, or cable, I should say, because it is a cable that would give you that option. So what we're going to do is take this into a dark room and test out. There we go. Just have to kind of wake it up. So be aware, an option might be to hit the OK and then wake it up. But we're going to take it in a dark room and see if that works. So the good news is I took care of that problem. And let me just show you. This will go out when you're not plugged in. I had it plugged in and charging, and that was kind of the issue. This will go off. So once we hit that OK and scan, it's supposed to be working. There we go. So not the necessarily ideal solution if I'm in a panic. Keeping it 4 inches and trying to figure that out might be a little tough. I might be immediately trying to grab it too close, but be aware of that even in a dark room where we are, and I'll let this go out again and see if we can figure this out. So what we'll do is we'll just try and keep it around 4 inches above. And it does pop even in a dark room, which is important because, you know, again, that's really what you're looking to do. I didn't have to hit OK or anything. So keep your weapon in here, and, you know, there's padding on the top, there's padding on the bottom, there's a little bit of lighting so you can grab it, see what's going on. You know, it's probably only enough room for like 1, maybe 2 weapons kind of depending on what you're doing. But that's really all you need. So a really great solution that opens up all the time. So definitely worth buying. Hopefully this review helps, and thanks for watching.